Radio.
It's frightening. It's terrifying. Don't miss Run for Your Life. Now playing at the Snake and Twelve Theater.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and assume that we're pretty much fine here. Alrighty, let's head out, why don't we?
I'll be back later.
I really don't understand how he manages.
Have
in
fun.
that long leather trench coat with the humidity of New Orleans, but you know, to each his own. Alright, here we have our world map. Let's see. Where to go? So we've got the Historical Museum and the Dixielanders. Grace Dickinson above. Dickinson Square, St. Louis Cathedral, which is basically downtown Nice. Golden House. Grandma Knight's house. Let's be a good boy and visit our grandma's house.
Gabriel, I'm so glad you stopped by.
See, it's a good thing we visited. He's probably gonna give us brownies and marshmallow squares.
Sorry it's been a while, Grandma.
Not at all. Give us a kiss. Now come and sit down. Tell me how you're doing.
Alright, Grandma. I don't think we need anything here just yet. What's up, Grandma?
Can we talk, Gran?
Of course, my boy. How can I help?
Tell me about our family.
Who would you like to hear about? Your granddad, your father, or your mother?
Tell me about my father.
Tell me about my father.
Your father was my only child. How we adored him. Philip suffered from terrible nightmares, just like your granddad did. They were two peas in a pod.
But okay. What else about
Tell me about my father.
When Philip met your mother, it was love at first sight. They were married 2 weeks later. Never looked at a girl seriously until then, and he looked at plenty. You have your father's way with women, Gabriel,
like some
and your granddad's.
making Grandma blush.
Tell me about my father.
I wanted to just lay down and die when he and your mother were killed in that car crash when you were only 8. It was the thought of taking care of you that kept me going, Gabriel. The police say your father swerved off the road after being frightened by something. Perhaps a deer in the road or a wild cat.
About Grandma. Or Mom.
Tell me about my mother.
Your mother was Margaret Templeton when your father met her. She came from a very wealthy Creole family in New Orleans. She was beautiful and reckless. She was madly in love with your father, of course, but I also think she liked defying her family.
Tell me about my mother.
Your mother's family refused to give her money after the marriage. All she had left was a modest trust fund from her great aunt. who happened to like Philip. The remainder of your mother's trust fund became yours when she died. That's what you used to open your bookshop.
Oh, okay, I remember. Thanks, Gran.
Tell me something about Granddad.
Your granddad immigrated to America when he was 21. He worked his way through school, met and married me, and we had your father, Philip.
Just like that.
Since you're so interested in family history these days, why don't you go by St. Louis Cemetery No. 1 and visit the family tomb? It would be a sweet gesture.
Maybe I will. Tell me about my mother.
The Templetons are all gone now. Every last one of them.
Grandpa.
They never wanted anything to do with us, of course. What a waste.
Grandpa.
Tell me something about Granddad.
Your granddad supported me and your father with bookkeeping. I'll tell you what, though. He hated every minute of it. Didn't really like bookkeeping one bit. Maybe that was why he had the worst luck with jobs. The nights he'd come home afraid to tell me he'd lost another. And I would tell him it didn't matter to me. But he felt ashamed, Gabriel.
Let's check out the attic.
I'm going to go up to the attic, Gran.
Be careful of the dust.
Yes, razor sharp claws, you know. Alrighty, we got Christmas lights, tennis rackets, and logs. Here we go.
There's nothing I want in there.
Gabriel doesn't want to take the clock.
Okay. Let's move it then. And let's look in the box.
I don't think there's anything in that trunk that would interest anybody but my Gran.
Okay. Alright.
I think I'd take Daddy's sketchbook with me.
Daddy's sketchbook. Let's take a look at Daddy's sketchbook.
Images haunt the pages of Philip Knight's sketchbook, the way they must have haunted his mind. The images touch a deep chord in Gabriel. So familiar are they that he finds it hard to believe they aren't from his own subconscious.
Kind of like that dream you had last night, huh? So Daddy had some issues. It's your Now, let's check out this clock.
A ring of 6 symbols surround the face of the clock. A sword, a sun, an angel, a noose, an eclipse, and a dragon.
So,
The key should
yeah.
nothing happens.
Nothing happens.
The ring of symbols does not appear to have any mechanical function, but it does move.
Oh god. There we go. Something about dragons. Now, about this whole thing.
Nothing happens.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna show you what the truth to this is. Because